We have a model issue. When we look at the model of the local church that we've developed, and we developed it, it's not in the scriptures. But when we look at that, what we've done is essentially we've said, if you want to be the big person in the ministry, you want to be the senior pastor, the lead pastor, head pastor, whatever you want to call it. Well, the only way you can do that is also by being the primary teacher. And so what's happened in our nation is that most of the people who fill the role of senior pastor are, by their own admission, not called and gifted by God as leaders, but they're called and gifted by God as teachers. There's nothing wrong with that. We need great teachers of God's word. But there's a massive difference between being a teacher and being a leader in terms of calling and gifting. We talk with these senior pastors about whether or not they believe their churches are effective ministries. The vast majority of them, more than 4 out of 5, say, oh, yeah, we're very effective. It's like, okay, well, how do you know that? What do you measure to figure that out? And we find that typically a church will measure 5 particular things. This is common across tens and tens of thousands of churches across the country. They'll measure attendance, giving, number of staff people hired, number of programs offered, and the square footage that's been built out. And the reality is Jesus didn't die for any of those things. He didn't die to put butts in seats. He didn't die to give the church the biggest real estate portfolio in the community. I mean, he died to see lives transformed. And so our measures of effectiveness in ministry really need to go back to transformation. And Jesus himself defined discipleship in John, in John 8, John 13, John 15. He told his disciples, they'll know you're my disciples when you obey my teaching, when you love one another, and when you produce spiritual fruit. Those are the things we need to be measuring.